this video, we are looking at some scary situation that occurred to a very popular influencer content creator. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amomi, aka Petite Diva, and we are looking at a situation that occurred to an influencer called Love X Brianna. Before I continue with this video, I just want to give this disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes. It does not encourage any form of violence, abuse, or bullying. It contains elements of DV and it might be triggering to some people. Now, this popular influencer came online to post some pictures of her face, and it was quite scary. A lot of people asked what happened, and she has come to share a story. So in this video, we are going to check out her talking about what exactly happened, her talking about what happened with her family, especially her mom and sisters, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now let's get into this video.
It's been a really long and tough couple of nights, and I guess day or so, because this thing happened yesterday. But I did want to come over here, and because I already posted these pictures, which I know are gruesome and not self-explanatory, I did want to come on here and kind of explain what happened with everything. So this might be a multi-part, not a series, but I guess video, because I don't want to be talking on here for 20 minutes. But I did want to come here and talk about pretty much what happened. Yeah.
That's a nasty black eye.
Just to start, this is a really heavy source of pain for me. Sorry. It's been really hectic. So basically, long story short, I'll start the situation from when I left town. I decided to go on a trip with my mom. Originally, my sister was supposed to come on the trip. I don't even want to get into the weeds of that and make this about my sisters. I've been seeing comments and their contributions that are extremely negative. It was all relative to this European trip that we were supposed to take. They didn't end up coming, or one of my sisters didn't, and that just became its own thing, which is now why they're, I guess, showing support for this guy. I don't want to get into that. I just leave it to them and their platforms, whatever. But we were planning this trip, and I booked the tickets. The reason that I did not want to go to Europe with Ronan is because honestly, I just want to be honest with you guys. He couldn't afford it. And I know that if he was going to come out there and we were going to go to all of these beach clubs and restaurants, I was going to be taking on the bulk, if not all, of the financial responsibility, as was pretty standard in the relationship. Wow. Because he does not have a job. So I was going to be taking on the bulk of that, and I did not want that. So I did not invite him to Europe. And I didn't think it was a good idea that we even went together, because right before the Europe trip, he'd gotten caught cheating with someone like down the street. It was like this big thing, and I don't want to get into that either. But I just did not. I had checked out, and I stopped wanting to be with him. And that is why I stopped posting content with him. I had originally stopped posting content because I did not want to be in a relationship with him anymore. I also had a real guilt in my heart about the fact that I knew what was happening behind closed doors, and I know what I stand for. I know I'm a girl's girl. I know I'm an advocate for I know I'm an advocate for women and empowerment and information exchange and love and honor and all of those things. And what was going on behind closed doors with us did not align with the things that I promote and take pride in publicly. So So I wanted to take this trip, and I ended up booking it. He was very upset that I booked it. He wanted me to take him. He wanted me to pay for him to go. At one point, he asked me to put him on my car loan so that he could take out a loan to go to the trip, and he would pay they could use my car as collateral or something like that.
Can you
I was like,
imagine?
no, I just want to go by myself. And I ended up going. I ended up booking this trip. My mom ended up coming because all of this fallout happened with my sisters or whatever. And on the trip, I had decided to separate myself from him. Now, I want to start with the day before I left. No, the day that I left. The day that I left, he actually tried to make me miss my flight. He, the entire day was he physically assaulted me. He sprained my toe. I had bruises from head to toe. He just hurt me. And he just kept on physically assaulting me. And again, like, I think it was because he just didn't want me to go. And I almost didn't even make the trip. I actually was 5 minutes. I got to the airport at 4:03 and the flight left to Europe, to Ibiza, at 4:50. They told me I was originally not going to get on the flight, and I actually ended up getting on the flight because I was crying and limping and like, no, I planned this whole thing. My mom's waiting for me in Spain. What am I going to do? So they literally let me check my flight. I already checked in the car, but they let me check my bag and such, so we were good. But leading up to me going to Ibiza was hell. I was physically assaulted over and over and over again for hours and hours and hours on end, to which I made my family aware and such. And that, in conjunction with his cheating, in conjunction with his inability to provide or keep a stable job, are the reasons that I was like, this Europe trip is going to be time that I use to reflect, to cut him off. Okay, so I just want to end this part with saying that I decided to go on a trip. I decided that during the trip we would go our separate ways, and the trip was for me to find myself again. And he abused me prior to the trip, like the day of me going to the trip. So it just like further confirmed that we would never work. And I made sure I called my building before I left, because I was able to get him out of my apartment. He wanted to stay when I was gone. I did not want him in my apartment, did not want him driving my car. I took my keys with me. I locked the door. That was a huge, huge, huge fight. Oh my God. It took me hours to get out, but I made sure, and I called down to my building for proof. I have a witness that I told them, do not let anybody in my apartment while I'm gone. There are no authorized guests. There was no authorized guest. Nobody can go in my apartment. Do not let anybody in my unit.
That's good.
And then I flew to Europe. Once I got on the flight, I started texting him. I was very hurt, confused, and lost. I wanted to let him know how I felt, and I kind of wanted him to feel the pain that I felt. And I was just telling him I hate him and all of these like things that women say when they're super upset and traumatized. So I was texting him all of those things, like, you know, you did this, you did this, you did this, and I'm so upset and whatever. He was pretty much dismissive about it. I'll probably like post the text here. And I just decided at that point and during the trip that there was no more reason for us to speak. We'd been through too much. There was too much abuse and cheating and all of that stuff that went on. So I decided to sever ties. I blocked him from everything, would not let him contact me. He started harassing my mom. My mom also had to block him and tell him stop contacting her. He then reached out to my sisters. My older sister wasn't going for it. My two younger sisters, different story, but form your own opinions on that. I don't even want to talk about it. And so it was finally time for me to come home. I got to my building on July the 12th at, I believe, 10 o'clock at night. And when I pulled up to my building, I was on the phone with my dad and I was talking about how excited I was to be back. And lo and behold, he was already standing in front of the building waiting for me. I don't know how he knew what time I got in. I don't know how he knew what flight. He knew what day I was supposed to be coming back, I think, from when we had talked before. I don't know if he'd seen my ticket. I just don't know. But he knew, he timed it. He was standing in front of my apartment building waiting for me outside. When I didn't even get out the cab. He opened the car door and was like, let's go. He grabbed my bags from the cab driver and he tried to take my stuff upstairs and he told me we're going upstairs.
Because I told
him we are not going upstairs, and I told him that I did not feel safe with him going upstairs because I know that he was upset that I had blocked him during the trip, and I knew that things were getting out of hand, and if I got alone with him upstairs in my apartment, that I was going to be further and pressured into things that I didn't want to do probably. So I did not feel safe with him going upstairs. We had not spoken for quite some time and I told him he couldn't go upstairs. He had my bags in his hands. He starts yelling, shut up. He starts name calling me. He starts grabbing me. The security guards downstairs see him grabbing me. There's two security guards and they immediately try to alleviate the situation. They're like, hey, stop touching her. She said you can't go upstairs. You can't go. There's a huge argument in the lobby. He's like, I'm going. I don't give a fuck. Tell her to, oh, I don't know if I'm able to say that on here. Hopefully that doesn't get flagged. I don't know. I've never done this before. But he's like, I'm going. I don't give an F. Tell her that, you know, she needs to take me upstairs. I just need to get my stuff. Mind you, he told me early on when I'd first left and we were having those text exchanges and I'd locked my door and left the house that he'd called security and they had escorted him into my house and they had already given him his property. He had gone through my apartment, got what he wanted and left. So
that's very terrible.
This is all in contravention to me calling security and telling them not to let anybody in my unit when I'm gone under any circumstances, to which they agreed to. They didn't care. When I left, they went, used their master key, unlocked my unit, and let him into my apartment. And he was able to take whatever in his things. He is not on the lease, and he is not an authorized person in the building. So I don't know how and why that happened. So when he showed up, as I was coming back from the airport, demanding that I take him in my apartment to get his things, I was confused because I knew that he'd already been in the apartment with security. Allegedly, he was like, oh, they walked with me allegedly, like, to get his stuff. And I know for a fact he was in the apartment, but I don't know if he got anything. I don't know what he did. I don't know what him and security were doing.
That's very terrible.
He's made friends with the security guards at the building, and I guess they had the relationship where they were taking him in my house. Long story short, security let him into my building when I was not there. So when he did come back and meet me and bombard me at the door when I finally got off my flight, demanding his things from my apartment, it was strange because he already had been inside my apartment to get his things. So I don't know. I then, I would not let him in. A entire debacle ensued. I told him, I finally said, hey, I'll go upstairs and get your stuff, because he was manhandling me downstairs to the point where securities had to intervene. I said, I'll go ahead and get it and bring it down, but I do not want you coming upstairs to my door. There are 3 points of security access when you get to my building. There is the concierge desk, the elevator, and once you get up the elevator, which requires key access, there's a middle door which requires further key access to the units. So I'm thinking like, okay, he really can't get to me. I'm just going to bring his stuff back down through the elevator and just call it a day. Well, when I left my apartment and came out of residence, those middle doors, he had gotten up the elevator somehow. I don't know with the security, I don't know how, but he was standing with 2 security guards, charging his phone on the wall, and then causing a scene, saying that he needed to get to me to talk to me. I handed him his things immediately and was like, gotta go. I turned around to leave, and he starts chasing me down the hallway. Security starts chasing him, so everyone's chasing each other. It's very ghetto, very strange, and I'm telling him I don't want to have a conversation. There's literally nothing to talk about. At that point, I was over it. There's so much that has gone on, so much egregious, nefarious things that have gone on in this relationship. I did not want to talk. Security asked me in front of him, do you want to talk to him? I said no. They said, listen, sir, she does not want to have a conversation with you. You need to go. They had tried to physically restrain him because he was trying to physically attack me. And he stood in the hallway and he was just like, no, it's fine. She's good. I'm not touching her. He always does that. Like, he'll try to be like, oh, he'll put his hands on me and be like, I'm not putting my hands on you. But you are. He told them I'm not touching her, blah, blah, blah. At that point, I like slid against the wall. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I think I have a little video clip of that. I'll try to add that to this, actually. After the incident with security, they were finally able to get him to leave, and he left. Though he called me all night long, he finally did leave my property. Next thing you know, I go to sleep. I wake up early in the morning. He's at my door. He's pushing himself inside the door. I open the door to see who is outside the door, and he's pushing himself inside. Apparently, he had bypassed security. Or actually, I don't think he bypassed them. I think that they were in on it, because he did say, which was confirmed, and I'll release all of this video footage by the security guard, that the woman downstairs downstairs, spoke to him and showed him some group chat between the security guards discussing the incident from the night prior. He also did say that he was somehow able to come up. He went through the elevator, which again requires a security card. He went through the residential door unit, which requires security, and he got to my door. He pushed himself inside, and the first thing he did was try to force himself upon me. I did not with him, and I just completely was like over it. I was obviously still upset from the night before. He did not care. He wanted to have at that point. I was telling him to leave. I told him I did not want him to be there. I told him several times, and ultimately, like, I guess maybe a couple hours later, like, this went on for a little while, a physical fight started. It started when he picked me up and by my face and me on the couch, and he called me a stupid. Damn, can I say that on here? He called me a stupid effing bee, and then he just continued to grab grab my face in the palm of his hand, smash his face in there, and just kept palming me, snatching me, squeezing my face. My lips are busting at this point. My mouth filled up with blood. My nose filled up with blood. He's throwing me around. At one point, my head against the bathroom wall. He's spitting loogies in my face over and over. He's my head against the toilet. He's holding me against the toilet. He's smashing my face against the toilet. He's all over the apartment. I'm actually trying to fight back. I am hitting. I am swinging. I am scratching. But obviously he's much bigger than me. I'm like 140 pounds. I'm 5'10" though. And he is like 6'3", 200 pounds. So there was a very obviously uneven power struggle there. I continued to swing at him. At one point I did him right here, and he got really mad at that. I realized the more I fought back, the more upset that he was. So he came up to me, he grabbed me by the face, literally by the face and the neck, and picked me up and slammed me on the floor. I believe that is when I got a concussion, as ruled by the hospital later on. While I was on the floor, he then punched me in the eye. My eye's looking a lot better now, but it was like really looking bad.
Spot,
me again in the face. So I'm on the floor, my face is swelling up, my nose is bleeding, my mouth is bleeding, and I can't even open my left eye. Literally the moment it happened, it immediately started swelling, and it was just a mess.
That's so nice.
From that point I lost consciousness, and I started shaking, and I just remember begging him to take me to the hospital. I knew that he wasn't going to let me go anywhere alone. I knew he would let me make any phone calls because he took my phone. So at that point, I just started begging him to take me to the hospital. So I wanted to speak on this really quickly. I woke up, the reason that I decided to come on social media and say something is because I woke up and he was actually responding, he was posting support for my sisters. This was literally like at 6 a.m. On his Instagram, and my friends, both on Instagram and personal friends, were sending me text messages and stuff and saying, hey, why are your sisters publicly supporting this guy? I have two younger sisters, Kayla and Lulu, and I was very confused too. To be very clear, and I'll post it here, me and Kayla had a fallout over her not being able to afford to come to Saint-Tropez after making all of these plans and inconveniencing me. It was very petty, and it was whatever, but it ended up happening. We had a fallout. We went back and forth. Since then, she has been texting Ronan nonstop. She was giving him a play-by-play of my trip, which is why I believe he might have known where I was at. And she was just doing a lot of things that were extremely foul, and saying a lot of things that were extremely foul. She was also texting my mom during the trip saying, hey, why are you posting X, Y, and Z? She posted us dancing at the club or whatever. Ronan's really hurt and sad. Mind you, when I left, Ronan was actually with his ex-girlfriend the entire time. So the fact that he was playing the game like that on both sides, that's crazy. He literally called his ex-girlfriend the day I left, linked up with her, and with her, confirmed by her. So I don't know why Kayla decided to come to his defense in this way or whatever. Lulu, on the other hand, and this is all just so irrelevant to me, but Lulu, on the other hand, she's literally mad at me because I'm mad at Kayla. So she came to me, cussed me out, went off on me, and was like, don't text Kayla anymore. She just blocked me from everything. And I haven't heard from her since, but she's been commenting in support of Ronan too. So, I mean, it seems like it might be this situation. I don't know. Right before I left for the trip, both of them were staying at my house. They were driving my car. I've taken them on trips. I have paid their phone bills. They've lived with me before. I've literally taken them to Paris, to Amsterdam, to Europe, to Russia. I don't understand where the new animosity is coming from. I
I
see that they're
understand.
posting like, oh, my family's in support of me, talking about them like, oh, like, we love the fans. I don't know what this is about. It could be because they both want to be content creators. I genuinely don't know. It's just the least of my concerns. I don't know why after Kayla knowing, and she's texted me about Ronan before, even right before the trip, knowing what he's done and how he's treated me, has decided to take the stance. But it is what it is, and I just realized that everyone cannot be your family. That's it. So I have distanced myself, and I'm just in this hotel. But I think that this is what she wanted. So it's not, I mean, she was texting Ronan's phone saying, let her, just leave her, let her come home to an empty house, let her see that she's going to be alone for the rest of her life, just all of this stuff. Like, again, I don't know what this is about. I was helping her with her content creation right before the trip. We had planned the Europe trip together. She just at the last minute couldn't afford to go. She had been upset with her boyfriend about him not being able to pay for her to come to all of these places. Again, I really don't know what the issue is with Kayla and Lulu, but this is the stance that they have taken, and because they've taken the stance, I don't want to be associated with them, and I don't want to hear anything of them. I don't care what I don't know what they have going on, and they will no longer be in my life ever. These are my blood sisters, so again, it just goes to show about family. When my sisters were posting in support of this guy, people started attacking them, and then they put their comments off and stuff, I think. And then I didn't say anything about them at all, but in response to all that, my mom texted me, and she was like, having people attack your family and sisters is not okay. So
I don't understand.
I don't know. I guess ask her. She's also upset that I was public with this, and she said that I don't need to have my business on the internet, and I have her people calling her, and I need to handle this in private.
Why?
I don't know why you just projected on me the fact that you didn't, this weren't $400, first of all. But the fact,
Give me the.
no,
Give
they're
me the
mine.
bread.
You already gave them for me.
You're
No.
ungrateful, nigga. I
You
don't
just
have
said-
shit. I don't have shit. Do you understand that? And I
Jesus.
still win bunch of shit. I just got the $200 right now, and I spent it.
You just bought the headphones because
Bro,
you
I don't have my rent,
okay.
and I still bought it right now, so
Ronan.
you can be fine.
Ronan.
You're still about it.
Ronan, I'm not bitching. I'm telling you that you did not. Ronan, first of all, you are the one who broke my headphones. So the fact that
I understand
so that you had
but
to
it could have
replace
been a week,
them.
it could have been whatever until I had the money and I was comfortable, or at least until I paid my rent. Instead, I said no. I was up, and I went in there immediately and got them.
All right, I'll just give it to you back then. I'll pay for them.
What the fuck is wrong
I'll
with
give
you?
them to you back because look.
What is wrong with you?
I don't want to.
What is wrong with you?
I'm confused.
What is wrong with you?
I'm confused. I'm literally confused as to why you're acting this way.
What is wrong with you, nigga?
Because I don't want to have a conversation with you and you act like this. You don't understand.
What is wrong
There's
with you?
nothing wrong with me. I feel like I want to go work out right now. That's all I want to do.
You just do a shut the up and sit here and clean the house or something. Put your dishes away. Clean your dishes, bro. Relax. You just finished working out. Relax. Can't process it. You still can't. You don't get it. And nothing up in the headphone situation was any type of no fucking, like, there's no way that should make you feel like you need some space from me. There's nothing that happened today besides that right there, which I can honestly, it's like I need to control myself. I do. It's up. And I can admit when I'm wrong. But before that, there was nothing that happened for you to be acting like this. checked
I
out.
don't like the way that you speak to me.
Honestly.
You don't get it.
You
You talk to me crazy every
No,
day.
it's not.
You do every.
It's not.
And then when you talk to me, you call me names. You destroy. Why do you think you can destroy my property? Like why?
Okay, we've seen her share a story now. The videos that I featured are just some of the videos that she has up on her page. Now, I would leave a link to her page. I will leave links to the videos in the description box and in the comment section, so you can go and watch more of the videos to get more of what has exactly happened. There are a lot of videos of her talking and answering questions from people, so please do check it out to have more knowledge about what has happened. I'm listening to the guy just talk when they were arguing. I'm like, what did she say in this guy? Because I've checked out some of her videos before this whole incident. She looks like a classy girl. She talked about the Ibiza trip. I saw some of the videos. I saw some of her style, which is nice. I looked at the videos. I was like, oh, this girl has class. She has style. And I wondered how she ended up with that. Because look at him talking. He can't even have a proper conversation without swearing, like insulting every second. What is that? I don't know how old he is, but he's just sounding so immature. He has no control over his anger. He has no control over his emotion. He was just there for the ride. Like she said, he got angry because she doesn't want to take him to Ibiza because she knew she was going to pay for everything, and she's not ready to pay for everything. And he got angry and almost made her miss our trip, which is a very wicked and narcissistic behavior. And him saying that she should use her car as collateral for him to get a loan, for him to go to Ibiza, go to Europe. That doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. You didn't say collect a loan for me to go to school, collect a loan for me to start a business, for you to go to Ibiza and put up pictures and feel like you are a star. It doesn't make sense. At the end of the day, she was the one that's going to pay for the whole trip or the loan. It doesn't make sense. And when she said, no, you are now physically abusive. Now, I have a problem with the security in that place. I hope she sues them. I hope she makes a complaint, because how is it that you, the owner of the house, the person that is not on the list, is having more authority over the owner of the house? She told you, don't allow him to come to this place. You allowed him. She is in danger and you are allowing him to come up. Why? Because he had formed a relationship. That is rubbish. At the end of the day, your job was to protect the people who are the occupants of the apartment in that place. Why are you more loyal to an outsider than the person that is supposed to be, that part of our rent is paying your salary? I hope those security that were in charge when all this happened are suspended or something, or fined, because that is bad behavior and it was unprofessional of them. I don't care whatever relationship they had with him. Once it turns to being protecting the occupant of the apartment, you have to be professional and say, hold on, you cannot do this. Like, he was literally touching her and they did not separate them. He came up, even though she said, do not allow him to enter. What does that mean? The sisters, the younger sisters, from what she was saying, if it is entirely true, I don't even care if it's entirely true, because how would someone beat your sister like this? She comes out, says these things, and publicly you are defending the person that abused her, knowing the kind of character he has, because she showed evidence of her already abusing and saying this guy is not good. Why would you come online to publicly defend him because you are angry that she did not pay for you to go to the Europe trip? Despite all that she has done, when she was saying all that she has done, helping her with content creation, taking her to Paris, Amsterdam, I just said entitlement. I understood exactly what was their problem and what is their problem. Their problem is that she has been doing it for them, and the time she said no, it was a problem, big issue. And so when that happened to her, they were happy that, oh, if she had taken them there, or the Kayla or whatever, if she had taken them to Europe, this would not happen. So they are literally jealous and happy that bad things are happening to her. Unfortunately for them, this whole situation has brought her more attention, because now people are knowing about her, even though it's a negative attention, but people are sympathizing with her, and people are now seeing them as bad girls, bad women. Because I really don't get it. Even if your sister did you bad online, why would you side with the abuser? And now the mother is now saying, oh, that she is making them to be attacked. They were the one that went online to publicly support him. And people now saw it and said, are you people okay? What kind of bad behavior are you having by defending somebody that almost unalived your sister? And now they run like little children that are always used to their ways, to their mother. And their mother is the typical person that will say, oh, let everything be in-house. Don't share your business outside. By sharing our business outside is why you people were able to afford to go to Paris, Amsterdam, Europe, Ibiza, everything. Okay, Paris, Amsterdam, and Ibiza, and Europe. But you get what I'm saying. Why would they take the side of the abuser? And now that she has come out to say, okay, I'm not going to have anything, trust you, there's going to be manipulation, gaslighting. They're your sisters, they're your close sisters. You can't do them like that. They are sorry. That's the next thing that's going to happen. I'm so disappointed in the sisters, the younger sisters. I'm disappointed in the mother. She's not supposed to take their side. She's supposed to find out what exactly happened before saying, why would you send your people? Not knowing that it is them that did the action that caused people to attack them. I get what's going on, but I'm so disappointed. Kayla on her own is just jealous. She's entitled. She's a spoiled brat. And I'm saying that because I know people like her. Once she begins to do things for them, they now get entitled. You are making the money. You are my sister. You're supposed to do it. She's the second born. I believe she's the second one, because she said she has an older sister and then she has two younger sisters. So they feel that they are entitled to her money because she's older than them. The last born is just following the person that she's closest to in age. Maybe that's the one that she's staying with. The first one is probably not at home. She is not at home. She has her own place. So maybe Kayla and Lulu, they are in the same house, and she just took on the fight of the older one, the one before her. It's later on she's going to realize, I should not have done that. I should not have just taken up another person's fight and then probably separate herself. But the deed has been done. The girl is not, Brianna doesn't want to have anything to do with them. And I understand that feeling. She feels betrayed because this person could have unalived her and Would they say they would support him if he had done that? Just because she did not take Kayla to Europe, despite the fact that she has gone to, she was saying Paris, Amsterdam. I'm like, ha, that's a lot of money. And she has tried for them. It's just these people, some siblings just feel entitled to their older siblings' money. And when you say enough is enough, it becomes a problem. I have a video where I talked about how the oldest daughter syndrome and how people would expect so much from you as the older one. Yeah, and the day you say no, there's a problem. They begin to act in a particular way. If somebody is having issue with you, they want to take up the person's side. It happened to me. So I understand where she's coming from. And hopefully she's able to sort herself. Now she's not in the apartment, which is very good, because she's literally unsafe in that apartment with the useless security. And yes, I'm going to call them useless security that is there. Because how is he having access to the elevator, having access to the door? When he doesn't have the passcode, he doesn't have password, he doesn't have the key, nothing. Because this useless security forgot that they are professionals. Or maybe they are not professionals. I don't know. But anyway, I wish her all the best. Like I said, there are more videos of her talking about the whole situation. So please check the description box and the comment section for the links to her page, links to the videos, so that you can go and watch it on her page. And also be updated on how she's navigating this whole situation. Anyway, that is my thought about this situation. I'm wishing her all the best. I hope she's able to recover from it. Our eyes were looking so dark, and the whole trauma, him trying to essay her on top of the physical assault, is just too much for someone. And I hope she's able to get into therapy, because it was a very traumatic experience and the therapy works very well for her. I hope she has a community that is supportive, not the one that our sisters are in, our younger sisters are in. I hope our older sister is a big support and is able to help navigate the issues that she's having with our mom and our younger sisters. I hope that one is able to put everybody in place. I really hope the older sister is able to put everybody in place and warn everybody and give them strict instruction and put them on blast, because that will help her with the family support that she thinks that she doesn't have. If our older sister is able to put everybody on blast, the younger sisters and even her mom on blast, and even her father, I hope her father is able to support her, she's going to feel better and not feel like she doesn't have family. So I wish her the best. I hope the guy is brought to book, because that is some very abusive behavior and actions that he did. The text message and all the things that he was doing and trying to say sorry because his access to money has been gone and it's never coming back. I don't believe whatever he has said. But anyway, that's my thought on this sad situation. I would love to hear what you think about it. So please leave your comment in the comment section. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.